Good morning. Today is the 29th of September and it is a momentous day on the channel because this is the 2022 MG4 long range trophy in volcano orange. If I had £1 for every single person who's been asking me when I'm going to get one of these on the channel, I'd be an exceptionally rich man, and I totally understand that. I was blessed in 2019 to be present at the launch of the original ZSEV, invited by the Planet Auto YouTube channel, and in 2021 I also attended the press launch of the long range MG5 EV. Press launch of this was a little while ago, but this is the SMMT test day over at Oakley Hall near Basingstoke, and I've got this car for a short while, where the Fuel Power channel will be filming a full review of it. This is not a full review. I repeat, this is not a full review. We'll be doing a full review of one of these, probably up at Summit Garage, Dudley, later this year. But because we don't really have a lot of time, I'm just filming a brief walk around now, just so you can get a flavour of what this car's like. So this car in this paint costs, in a region, I think it's about £31,000, which might seem like a lot of money for a sort of Volkswagen Golf-sized car, but in comparison with a lot of the electric cars that are on the market, this car's starting price at £26,000. So the standard range SE model is very competitive. This particular one ranges just short of 300 miles actually, and it's got 201 horsepower and 184 pound-foot of torque. 0 to 62 is about 8 seconds. The charging time on this particular one, it has a 61 kilowatt hour battery, on 125 DC rapid charger. 10 to 80% is 34 minutes, which is very, very good. The range is about 281 miles from a WLTP cycle. So we've got these wheels which sort of like half alloys, half plastic, I think. This colour is called Volcano Orange. It seems to be the most popular one at the moment. And we've got cameras everywhere. We've got cameras here. We've got a camera down at the front. We've got LED headlights. Got a camera on this side. That wasn't me who scratched that, by the way. And of course, camera for reversing on the back with some parking sensors. So entirely new platform, nothing to do with any previous model, I don't think, but it does compete in the same segment as the Volkswagen ID3, and we had an ID3 on the channel on Tweed Jacket Reviews last year, so I am familiar with those. I'm just going to pause for a second here whilst I get in. Right, so consulting my secret mission documents that are just up there, tells me that this is 31495, this particular car. Very different from anything else I've ever seen from MG, apart from this rotary gear selector, which is something that is common with a lot of the models. The ZSEV has this, for example, and so does the MG5. But this steering wheel is entirely new, so are these stalks. It's the first time I've seen new stalks in an MG since 2013, I think. These were on the original MG3, but still in production. But loads and loads of sort of airy space in here. Nice comfortable seats, not full leather, or this might actually be Artico leather. I like this blue stitching. I presume that's to do with it being an electric car. We've got two cables that someone's very kindly left in here. That's like a lightning connector, and that's I think a USB-C. Actually down here, if you can see, we've got both, I think, standard USB, if I just pull this out. Yep, standard USB on this side, and USB-C there. To be honest, the standard USB is more useful for someone like me, but there we go. Cup holders there, because this is a, rear-wheel drive electric car. We don't need a transmission tunnel, so we don't really have one. Instead, we have all this space down here, and cup holders and all sorts of things, a little automatic parking brake there. Big storage bin in there, net for putting things in. I mean, you could put your phone in there if you wanted to, but the upper models I think do come with a wireless charging pad like this does. I don't think my phone supports that, but never mind. Very happy to see physical buttons at the bottom of here. Very happy to see those. Some people have criticised the quality of the buttons, but I think these are absolutely fine. They feel nice. Got over here, we'll just check the size of it. My secret mission document is a 7-inch driver's display just here, and the battery's on 84% at the moment, and we've got 208 miles of range remaining. So a little control here. I think we can scroll up and down through there if we want to. See if I press this button, if it does anything. Let's do that. Yes, there we go. So I think we can. I'm going to have to shut this door, aren't I, viewers? Hold on a moment. Right, that's better. Okay, so we can go through here, and it just gives us sort of information about last charge and the efficiency, 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour, which is nice. Although because this is on a sort of a press day, effectively, a lot of people are driving at quite short distances and just absolutely booting the throttle, which when it goes 0 to 62 in about 8 seconds, not quite as fast though as the MG5. I think that's about 7.8, 7.9. So it's not quite as fast as one of those, but I'm not going to drive very much today. I might very briefly have a go, but it's mainly about the people from Fuel Power actually driving this today. I'll have a much more sort of extended drive whenever we get hold of one of these later in the year. Vents are very nicely integrated into the dash. That looks very neat. But actually, is that a squishy dash? Oh my gosh, it's real improvement in quality from before. I mean, you know, I know we get a 7-year warranty and all that sort of stuff in this car, but it just feels a lot nicer. This touchscreen is much nicer. Please plug in the charge connector. What's about discharging? What does that do? Please plug. Oh, it's the same. Never mind. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as you can see here. Now we'll just see where we are on here. There we go. Oakley Hall near Basingstoke. Excellent. Can we go back to the main menu by pressing that button there? Yes, we can. It's just like a really, really nice upgrade of the existing MG infotainment system, the latest one of which is actually in the facelifted ZS EV, and I'm sure will soon be in the facelifted MG5 that is coming out soon. So everything feels nice. The seat's very comfortable. This is still hard plastic on top of the door, but I'm not even sure an ID3 gets soft plastic on top of the door, so no problems there. Window switches feel very good and very premium. I'm surprised this car starts at 25,995. I'm really surprised about that for an electric car. That is one of the lowest prices electric cars actually out there, which is amazing. One thing I haven't worked out what to do is actually how to turn this car off. Like, there is no start-stop button in this car anywhere. It doesn't have one. It does have this park switch, but if I press that, it doesn't seem to do anything. I've got out of it, but you know, there we go. So annoyingly, what you have to do, and this is a difference from earlier electric MGs, is you want to actually change the level of regenerative braking and the driving mode, but you have to go into the menu to do it. So we'll just have a look here and see what we can do. Yes, look, here we go. Snow, Eco, Normal, Sport and Custom, which is good. Never was a custom mode before. Energy Recovery, Weak, Medium and Strong. A lot of you want to drive, I think, in either the strong or the adaptive mode for the regenerative braking, which I understand that. MG Pilot, famously introduced on the ZSEV in 2019, includes things like traffic sign recognition, lane keeping assist, front collision mode. You can change your sensitivity of alert, rear driving assistance, blind spot detection, lane change assistance, rear cross traffic alert, with door open alert, which I would turn off if it's my car, but it's not, and rear collision warning. Also a towing mode. Apparently you can tow up to 500 kilograms with this car, which is not bad for an electric car actually. And then obviously there's driver attention, there's audible warnings. Driver assist system, speed limit, and then presume we can fiddle around with the cruise controls. We've got adaptive cruise, of course we have. Put back the setting there. We can actually change what these functions, these switches actually do. This star button here and that star button there, you can actually change them on here. In this instance, we've got vehicle control. This one's been set to a shortcut for air conditioning, which is really good. Because otherwise, in order to adjust for fan speed and the temperature, you kind of have to, you know, sort of go into here and fiddle with that. That's just for turning it on and off. There's nothing else. It's got adaptive lighting, automatic high beam, fantastic, and all the sort of safety stuff. Auto hold with the handbrake and power off. Yeah, that's obviously what you do in terms of that. You see if my secret mission documents go into the glove box, we'll just pull this little pack out of here. I'll have put my bookmark in because I need to refer to it later. There we go. No! No! Viewers, my disappointment is palpable. Ah! Right, let me just take out a couple of seconds to recover from that. One thing I have noticed in common with the older MG models is this, it's this electric mirror switch that came in with the ZS in 2017. So it's not entirely your new car then. Right viewers, at least my secret mission documents go in the door and they don't go in the glove box, and so I can have less disappointment. Right, let's stop the key in my pocket so we can't go anywhere. Let's get in the back and see what that's like. This door is really, really long. Really long. Why is it bothering me? I keep trying to turn the car off, but I can't seem to do it. It's really annoying, but it wouldn't be an MG electric car without the bongs, would it? No, it wouldn't. Ooh. It's quite nice. The legroom's not as much as I was expecting. The headroom's very good, though. It's a little bit dark in here due to this dark headliner, which I'm not really a fan of dark headliners in cars, but it's not too bad. We've got little pockets here. Imagine for like a smaller phone. Mat pocket there. And another USB port down there. Excellent. What? Viewers, we have a problem. We have no centre armrest in here. This car's £31,495 and there's no centre armrest in the back. There are though isofix points in here, which is good. And actually it's very easy to get in and out, incredibly easy actually. That's brilliant. That's really good. I'm very impressed with that. Keyless entry of course, and even the rear lights have the SAIC Vision LED lighting system. SAIC of course being MG's parent company. See if we can get in the boot. There we go. It's a normal boot, that's nice. I don't need an electric boot in a car like this. So if we lift this up, it's a much bigger boot. Something like an MG3, but it's not quite as big as something like a ZS EV or of course the MG5. Charging cables look like they live in one of those things here. I think it's somewhere around 380 litres this boot. I will just have a look at my documents in a second and confirm that. LED boot light, of course you could probably take this floor out if you want for you know, just a lower floor and put those cables somewhere else. One thing I don't see on this car is a rear wiper, and that is something of a shame. Obviously, if they had one, it had to be a mini wiper. But, you know, there we go. Right, let's have a look at my documents and just check the boot size. Right, viewers, it says the boot 363 litres. The other thing I need to say is that on a wall box, the standard car takes 10 hours to reach 100% from zero. So it's a long range one. The standard one is 8 hours. This is a long range one, of course. Right, let's take a look under the bonnet and see if there is a front boot or throat. So viewers, as you can see under here, we don't have a front boot or fruit or frunk or whatever. We just have a load of cooling systems and batteries and what sort of thing. Obviously this is the 12-volt battery there. Strut brace in here, that will be interesting for the handling. Apparently these drive quite well. I might just have a very brief drive of this. Yeah, front cameras on there, which is good. I could turn this thing off, which I can't seem to do, viewers. Obviously I'm a total idiot. I imagine if you just got out and pressed part, got out and locked it, it would just turn off. But at the moment, I don't know what's going on. Never mind. Right, let me just stop this here and we'll have a very brief drive at some point. Lloyd Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. So just a very brief little drive of this. I've got the fuel pad going with me. If you see any sort of cameras and things, that'll be them just getting some shots for their review that they're doing. So it's straight away, this feels very, very kind of solid and almost like a car costing, you know, £35,000–40,000 actually in some ways. The materials in here are very nice. We've even got a wheel that looks very quartic. It looks very much like an old Allegro steering wheel, going back to one of the old brands that you know, MG came from or was part of the group in BL years and years ago. So yeah, 0 to 60 in about 8 seconds. It's very, very light. I mean, what I need to do maybe is put it in the sport mode to see if the steering sort of weightens up, because it's very, very, very light in this eco mode. I can feel we've got the regen braking in setting 3, so if I lift off like this, I get quite fierce regen, which of course is what I like, and that's useful for putting my range up. Because I'm now on the eco mode, 84% is now 217 miles of range. Over these speed bumps, it's very good. The ride's very compliant. So if I put the drive mode into sport, yeah, the steering's really firmed up like that. But my range is now 196 miles, so I'm going to go back into the eco mode. I really wish there was an actual physical switch for changing between the modes, and also for the regen braking, which there is in MG's older electric models. If you're changing from, I don't know, a ZS EV or an MG5 EV, that's really worth just bearing in mind, because you have to go with the touchscreen. So we're just having a little brief drive just before fuel power gang take over and the review. But this is a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit road, and oh my gosh, it's only in eco mode. And whoa, ho, ho, ho. This isn't a Tesla or anything like that, but for somebody like me who's used to fairly gentle acceleration in most of the cars that they drive, this is very, very good. Yeah, the ride's very soft, but the car, particularly if I just put this into sport, just to have the weightier steering, the handling seems very, very good. Feels very good indeed. There's no doubt of damping or anything like that in this. You wouldn't expect that at this price. It's just a shame that although you still get the 7-year warranty, you don't get a government grant anymore, which is what the MG ZS EV, when it was launched, had. And actually, the top of the range MG ZS EV in 2019, if you take away that government grant that was offered of, I think it was £2,500 or £3,000 at the time, and to take away the incentive MG were offering, the price is actually very similar to this. I think it was about £30,500. It's about £1,000 within this, and this is just a better car. That did 163 miles of range. This does 281 for a start, and you know, I could go on, but I must not. So thank you ever so much indeed for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like to leave a comment below. The full review of this car, along with some other electric MGs, including the facelifted MG5 and the Untitled Chapter, will be coming up on the channel a little bit later in the year.